You all to this all important game between Avengers and the Vikings. और टॉस से पहले जल्दी से हम थोड़ा सा विकेट पे नज़र डाल लेते हैं. विकेट इज़ लुकिंग लाइक द यूजुअल सेल्फ. अच्छा रोलर लगा हुआ है एंड लुक्स वेरी फ्लैट. तो आई थिंक यू शुड स्टिक टू द ऑप्शन ऑफ विनिंग द टॉस एंड चेजिंग फर्स्ट. आई मीन यहाँ पे डिफेंड करना मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो इट्स बेटर दैट यू ऑप्ट टू चेज और ट्राई टू रिस्ट्रिक्ट द ऑपोजिशन ऑन अ लो टोटल. तो इसके साथ हम चलते हैं टॉस की तरफ. So we're here with the toss and we have both the captains. Usman Ali has the coin. He will be tossing the coin. Tails. Tails is the call. So tails it is. And Arfa has won the toss. Arfa,
ball first.
You will be bowling first. और कितने total पे restrict करना चाहेंगे Avengers को?
I think obviously not underestimating their team. They're a good team. और यहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं obviously it's like a quarter final today. So but obviously as low as possible. बाकी देखते हैं again I never plan these things कि कितने पे रोकना है कितने पे नहीं. It totally depends on the pitch. और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह I know हमारे पे फायर पावर है. कल भी हमने प्रूव किया ये परसों वाले मैच में चेज करके. But obviously not as much. उतना नहीं खाएंगे इंशाल्लाह. But doesn't really matter. आज.
But by looking at the wicket, if I were to ask you, I mean.
Yeah, I think to be very honest, बहुत batting wicket नहीं लग रही मुझे ये. ठीक है, so that's why I wanted to bowl first and see how the wicket plays out. But it's not going to be easy batting on this pitch. I think grip भी होगा, ball थोड़ा spin भी होगा. So yeah, we'll try to restrict them under 150.
And you're playing it? I mean, any changes?
आज एक change किया हमने. फिर last match वाली same है. सारी बताऊँ सिर्फ change बताऊँ.
एक ही change बता दो.
Fahad is out and Usama Amjad is in.
Usama Amjad is in. चले. Best of luck.
Thank you. Best of luck.
उस्मान टॉस जीते तो what would have you wanted to do?
या मैंने बैटिंग करनी थी तो
टॉस टू लूज.
या
ठीक हो गया जबरदस्त.
क्योंकि वो प्रेशर गेम है.
What do you make of the wicket?
यार विकेट ऑनेस्टली इट्स क्वाइट सिमिलर टू व्हाट वी प्लेड यस्टरडे. इतना ज़्यादा चेंज नहीं है उसमें. हाँ थोड़ा सा लो रह रहा था लेकिन ऑल द मोर रीज़न आई डू नॉट वांट टू चेज. क्वार्टर फाइनल जिस आसान ने कहा चेजिंग का प्रेशर होता है. प्रेशर मैच है एलिमिनेट है. तो यू नो अगेन कल वाली डिमांड टीम से 170 की ऊपर जो मिले. कल भी बोनस मानता था आज भी बोनस मानता है.
जबरदस्त. और एनी चेंजेस इन द टीम?
हाँ एक चेंज है. हारून हमीद की जगह रावारिस वापस आ रहे हैं हमारे ब्रॉन्स.
चलो बेस्ट ऑफ लक.
थैंक यू सो मच. टेक केयर. ऑल द बेस्ट.
And Arfa has won the toss and he's elected to field first. So Avengers will be batting. We'll see you in the commentary box. We welcome you all to this all-important game between the Avengers and the Vikings. This is nothing short of a quarter-final, and Arfa bin Saqib, the captain of Vikings, has won the toss and is elected to field first here tonight at the DHA Phase 6 Stadium. And we have Mr. Fahad Abdullah Sheikh joining us in the commentary box. Noman Bilal has the new ball. Firstly, welcome to the commentary box, Fahad.
थैंक यू सो मच वेला जी क्या हाल चाल है आपके? ठीक ठाक हैं, सब खैरियत है?
Zabardast or Rahman Bilal runs in, bowls the first delivery, and AJ and Haris Habib have been sent in to open. AJ and Imad, I beg your pardon. So Haris Habib has been held back tonight by Usman Ali. तो फहद पहले तो मुझे ये बताएं कि good toss to win by Arfa.
एग्जैक्टली यस, और इस वाली बहुत अच्छी शॉट अराउंड द कवर, और पिच जो है ना उस पर इतनी वो सीधी पिच नहीं है, और पहले लकी टॉस टू विन, और मेरे ख्याल से ये पिच मुश्किल होगी आगे, और चूँकि ना ग्रीन एकड़ की निस्बत यहाँ पर बॉल ज़्यादा फंस रही है, और मेरे ख्याल से अच्छा था, और वाइकिंग को वैसे भी सूट करता है चेज़ करना, तो अ वेरी गुड टॉस टू विन.
I think it's a safe toss to win here at the GIC Phase 6 ground. I think आपने आप जहाँ पे देखा ट्रेडिशनली कि चेज़ जो है वो ज़्यादा लोग करने जाते हैं, डिफेंड करना बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है यहाँ पे, और लास्ट PL में भी हमने देखा था कि 200 प्लस स्कोर्स जो है वो चेज़ हुए थे, और बड़े कन्वीनियंटली चेज़ हुए थे, कुछ तो बल्कि कुछ बॉल पहले ही हो गए थे. तो आई थिंक गुड टॉस फॉर आरफा इन दैट रिगार्ड.
नहीं ऐसे ही है, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है, और यही माइंड सेट है इसका वाइकिंग का, कि हमने इसको लेकर चलना है. अ वेरी गुड शॉट अराउंड द स्क्वायर लेग,
डीप स्क्वायर लेग की तरफ खेला इमाद ने, बिट ऑफ एन इनसाइड एज एज वेल, बट दीज टू विल डेफिनेटली लुक टू रोटेट स्ट्राइक, और दूसरा दोनों अपना टाइम लेते हैं, तो उस लिहाज से ऑब्वियसली, एंड आई कैन सी के दे माइट बी अ प्लान हियर एज वेल. तो बट Noman Bilal doing a good job so far, two very good deliveries within the stumps. थोड़ा सा दोनों दफ़ा थोड़ा सा बाउंस को वेरी किया as per the batsman. This time another good delivery played towards the covers, but this time finds the middle of the bat of AJ. That's what he does. कोई रिस्क नहीं लेते और अपनी शॉट्स खेलते रहेंगे, quietly doing his business.
एग्जैक्टली AJ का आपको ऐसे ही मिलेगा, ये अपने रन निकालते रहेंगे, कोई बड़ी शॉट्स ही मारेंगे स्टार्ट में, और जितना बड़ा ये मैच है, नाउ इट्स क्वार्टर फाइनल, द विनर ऑफ दिस मैच विल बी प्लेइंग सेमीफाइनल टुमारो. तो ये बहुत बड़ा मैच है, और बहुत ही प्रेशर मैच है, उसके अंदर जो है तो इस तरह खेलना.
तो Noman Bilal continuing, and this time a better delivery, pitch हुई, and थोड़ा सा अंदर की तरफ भी आई. AJ was solidly behind it, उन्होंने ब्लॉक किया, and we've come to the end of the first over, and it's 6 without loss. Arfa is running in, and he's having a word with the main man, Afar Raza himself, who will be sharing the new ball with Noman, as he's done for the most part of this tournament. तो बड़ा एक ऑफर जैसा बॉलर टीम में होना, और स्ट्रेट अवे मतलब नए बॉल के साथ, आई थिंक वन ऑफ द स्ट्रेंथ्स फॉर वाइकिंग्स आई फील.
ओ यस, तो ऑफर इज़ आर स्टार प्लेयर, और हमने इसको जितना भी इसको बैक किया, ही इज़ गेटिंग अ फ्यू रन्स विद द बॉल, लेकिन बैटिंग में ये परफॉर्म कर रहा है, तो बॉल में, और तो उसका थोड़ा जो बैड पैच उसका चल रहा है, लेकिन यू नो ऑफर, तो ही इज़ अ बिग प्लेयर, ही कैन कम बैक एनी टाइम.
नहीं, for sure, I think with the pace he has, और he bowls in very good areas, और hard lengths को भी hit करते हैं, but आज देखेंगे कि किस फॉर्म में है. Very full first delivery, want to bring that back in swinging Yorker sort of, but low full toss, and Imad plays it towards the covers. Imad बड़ा अच्छा खेलते हैं कवर्स में से, और स्क्वायर तो विकेट भी बड़े स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बट आज he has a role to play with AJ. उनको he has to make sure he doesn't pile up a lot of pressure on AJ and takes some of the responsibility, you know, as far as the workload is concerned. After running in once again, a full
A very good
delivery,
ball, a
and
very good
has
ball, a
that
very
struck
good
him in
appearance.
front, and that has been given a breakthrough in the first over of Afar Raza. He's gotten rid of AJ. Will AJ go for the review here? Is he going for the review, or has he been
AJ
struck
will, I think so. AJ will, I
plumb in
think so.
front? It seems like a very straightforward decision, but let's see if they're
AJ has
they
reviewed
have
it.
gone upstairs. So we will leave the decision to the third umpire. So the decision of the third umpire is that he goes with the on-field decision, and AJ has been given out. LBW. It seemed pretty straightforward. Slightly, there was. It seemed as if since it was bowled with an angle, so leg stump miss ho raha hai, but I think it was probably seaming back in as well. It was an intended outswinger, but obviously he bowled it from wide of the stumps. Beautiful delivery by Afar Raza to get rid of someone like Amir Jamil, who's probably one of the chief destructor for the Avengers, but Afar has taken the first wicket of the night for his team, and early in this game as well. So Afar Raza making his impact felt straight away. And the new man in is Haris Habib. So Usman Ali wanted to go with AJ, obviously because of the fact that he wanted to impose some sort of a statement first up in this game, with someone like AJ out there playing his shots. But beautifully bowled by Afar Raza, and Haris Habib will be facing Afar Raza here. Another full delivery, gets the outside edge, and the fielder is perfectly placed there for that. So Afar Raza really looking good, looking fired up tonight. We definitely keep asking a few questions of these batsmen. Afar Raza will be bowling to Imad now. Runs in full delivery, and Imad managing to get some sort of bat there on it. So Raza is looking to target the stumps tonight. Already a beautiful delivery to AJ. The third umpire had to carefully look at that multiple times, and then obviously the decision coming in and going with the on-field umpire there. So looked pretty straightforward. Raza running in once again. Another good delivery to Haris Habib, holding its line after pitching, and Haris Habib just plays it fine. Will there be an overthrow there? And these two will run well between the wickets. So it is the end of the over. At the end of 2 overs, Avengers is 9 for the loss of 1 wicket, and 11 for the loss of 1 wicket. And we will welcome Mr. Umar Bashir to the commentary box. He will be here with us covering this game. So welcome to the commentary box, Mr. Umar.
Thank you, Hamza. Early pressure on the Avengers. These two are important, having lost AJ early in the innings. Let's see how they manage this. It's all nerves, I feel.
Yes, Numan Bilal will continue from the other end, and getting a wicket of someone like AJ early in the game obviously will put some pressure on the Avengers, but these two are experienced enough and well capable of handling this pressure here tonight. They like facing the faster men. This time a good delivery from Numan, pitched and came back in slightly. Imad wanted to go with that drive through the covers, but the ball wasn't quite there.
Absolutely. Keeping the pressure on, I feel. Imad needs to get his head together and forget about AJ's wicket for now. They need a big score on the wicket because Vikings are capable of chasing high scores as they have in the past.
Yes, they have finishers in Afar Raza and Arfa bin Saqib and Numan Bilal as well. They've got some clean strikers, hitters of the cricket ball in this Vikings team, and today they've got a change as well. They've replaced Fahad Abdullah Sheikh with Osama, and let's see how he does. Obviously, Fahad Abdullah Sheikh is probably one of the well-known members of the team. So Vikings pretty charged up for this game tonight.
Their body language shows that as well, doesn't it? And that's the next ball, and beautifully bowled again, keeping it nice and tight, the Vikings.
Yes, the Vikings will certainly want something around 160 or maybe 170 here, because they are wary of the fact that the Avengers have got some variety in their bowling lineup, with the likes of AJ and Asad Bukhari coming in for the injured Zubi tonight. Rao Haris coming back in as well. So they've got some Imad who's batting at the crease right now. Good delivery by Numan, keeping it within the stumps, not giving anything away like Omar said. And yes, their plan seems to be very clear at the moment. They're keeping it very tight.
Yep, very, very in between the line bowling. No room given to the batsman whatsoever. They will have to dig out a boundary by playing some unorthodox seems so at this point in time.
Yes, I mean, not a lot of boundary balls being given right now by the Vikings. This time another good delivery, goes through the covers, but in the process he's probably hurt his hand, I think.
Yes, significant
Or
pain.
is it an old injury being aggravated? We'll have to find out.
We hope that it's nothing serious for Haris and the Avengers. Haris played a brilliant knock in the last match before getting run out. It was quite unlucky, and after having lost Zubi in their last match as well, they do not want Haris to be injured as well.
Yeah, that will be a big blow. Obviously, Haris Habib is very important in this game now that we realize that Zubi is also not available in today's game. So these two will definitely need to take a lot of responsibility. AJ already back in the hut. Dr. Arfa obviously making his medical skills come in handy in the middle. He's checking Haris Habib.
Yep, always good to have a doctor on the field, isn't it, Hamza?
Yes, and even better if one is playing.
Absolutely. Let's see. Haris seems to be. It's 50-50 for now. Not sure if he's alright or not.
He's getting his knuckle sprayed there. He's probably carrying an old injury.
Yes.
And couldn't time the ball there. Probably hit the bottom of the bat there, and obviously jolting his hand in the process. But seems as if he's okay for now.
Yep. Good to see him back. The Avengers need him to play a fine knock and set the tempo for the likes of Mela and Rao Haris to come in as well.
Yes, 15 for no loss are the Avengers, and they need to see off this Afar Raza over because he's looking very tight tonight. He's keeping it within the stumps. He's not giving anything away. He's not experimenting with his lengths, not trying to bowl his shorter deliveries too much. He knows that they need to be tight on this wicket, and as if they can restrict the Avengers to something as low as 160 or 170, I think they'll feel great about this game.
That started in again, and it has been nudged beautifully and well fielded, keeping it down to just a single and a very good return as well. So the fielders backing up their bowler as well. Exactly what you want as a fast bowler. Difficult playing the new ball with that much pace and darting into the wickets. No batsman likes that, I feel.
Yeah, that was a magnificent piece of fielding out there. The slide and then the return. So Vikings are definitely charged up for this tonight, and they want to see themselves on the winning side and getting themselves into the semis tomorrow.
Absolutely, another single, so no boundaries so far for the Avengers.
Yes, and I think both Noman and Afar complementing each other perfectly. Noman is not that pacey, but obviously he's keeping it within the stumps, and he's not very impeccable with his lengths. On the other hand, he knows that if he keeps things tight, then it benefits Afar Raza in a way, because he becomes the wicket taking option ultimately.
Absolutely, and that's a good ball and straight into the hands of the fielder. Haris wanted to maybe guide it finer than it went. Putting bat on ball for now and running their singles. They might have to wait patiently for their boundaries, but it's important to keep the runs rotating as well.
Yeah, perfect use of the power play right now. He's packing his offside for Haris Habib with 4 fielders and switching it back to 3 on each side for Ahmad. This time it was a good appeal, a big appeal rather, but definitely missing leg stump there.
Sliding down leg definitely. And that's the end of another over. No boundary again. Vikings pretty much in control for now.
Still has a delivery to go with that.
Pardon me for that, Hamza.
The Avengers 20 for 1. And a very crucial delivery, this final one from Afar. Ahmad will try to make sure that he doesn't lose his wicket here.
Yep, it's important to keep the wicket as well as build up the runs. So, two-sided pressure.
This time he bowls wide, and Ahmad was in 2 minds there. Didn't go with the full cut shot as well, and didn't want to play it fine for some reason. He was just a bit clueless, asking for a wide there, but it's well within that line, that guideline.
Absolutely. So, end of another successful over. And Arfa seems to be coming in to bowl the next one.
20 for the loss of 1 wicket after 4 overs, and Arfa is bringing himself in straight away, which is a good move, I feel, because he's also someone who will keep it tight here, bowl within the stumps, and try to be particular with his lengths as well. He's that line and length bowler, but obviously he can generate a bit of pace as well with his shorter deliveries.
Avengers being tested big time as of now. Haris needs to use all his experience. So does Imad. Give the other batsmen to come in a solid platform. Can't keep nudging the ball for very long. It's been 5 overs already. Width and placed beautifully for 4.
This time Arfa pitches it short, and Haris Habib will not miss out on the cut shot there. He's very strong with square of the wicket either side, and this time he latches onto it and times it to perfection. 4 more runs to the Avengers.
Is it the opening that Haris and the Avengers need, Hamza?
For sure. I mean, Arfa is someone who likes to, he doesn't really start hitting the mark straight away. He's one of those bowlers who get few deliveries to warm up, and he's not someone like Afar Raza or even Naman tonight, who've been hitting their lengths literally from ball 1.
Guided beautifully once again for another boundary. Avengers very happy. You can particularly hear them from the dugout cheering their team on.
Yes, and definitely. I mean, they would want these two to start playing their shots, because obviously they still have Asad Bukhari, who's replacing Zubi tonight. He's obviously more than capable with the bat, and then Ahmed Mela as well. From the previous game, Ahmed Mela looked in really good touch, and then Rao Haris has come in as well. So obviously he's prolonged the batting order to a certain extent with his arrival.
Yes, all they need is the platform.
Arfa running in once again. This time pulls out of the delivery. Obviously didn't reach the mark. As swiftly as he would have wanted.
It's always a right call when you're not sure about your stride or anything to just pull out rather than bowl a bad ball, especially when the first 2 have gone for boundaries.
Exactly, and then I think Arfa backs it up with a good delivery, good comeback from the first 2 deliveries.
Nice and tight.
Definitely after those 2 boundaries, he would want to end the over with 1 or 2 more runs.
Or a wicket.
Ideally, yes, and that would be great. Once this time, a good shot from Haris Habib, but the fielder is behind it nicely. Good return. So the fielding looking really sharp here tonight for the Vikings, Umar.
Yes, they're pumped and they know exactly what to do as of now.
So ideally, what should be the strategy from here if you were to be in place of Usman Ali? How long would you want both of these to, accumulate and look for those odd boundaries? I think that's also the fact that, these two play like that, so you can't really expect them to start going for the big hits, but this is what they will keep doing, keep finding the gaps exactly like that. Anything straying away, outside off or on the pads, these two will make you pay, and that's what they do best.
Absolutely, you don't need big hits, you just need good cricketing shots in the gaps and they get you runs. Despite a solid start, just 13 conceded in this over, so probably a momentum shift seems like coming in. As far as your question is concerned about Usman Ali and how long he'd want these two to be in, you would ideally want both of them to play at least the next 4 overs, so that the likes of Mela, Bukhari and Rao have 10 overs to themselves and get the team to around 65 to 70 if possible.
Yeah, it's 33 for 1 for now, and Arfa is quickly bringing in his star leg spinner Ali Rahil, who's a very good all-rounder, good addition to the Vikings team this time around, and he's more than handy with the bat as well, so he'll be bowling to Haris Habib. Haris Habib, certainly a candidate of LBW against leg spinners because he likes to go across the line. He's good with the sweep shot, but at times you just miscalculate, and if a bit of pressure is piling up, you can get yourself in trouble.
Definitely, very very quality bowler Ali Rahil, one of the best leg spinners in the circuit as of now, and very difficult to play because he bowls those leggies with pace and they dart in. So aggressive captaincy by the Vikings. Gives a bit of more room to play if it's not pitched in the right area.
Yeah, I mean, if you generally speak about spin coming back towards him, Imad is generally good with that. You know, other left armers, he's usually very safe. You know, he reads the turn well, and he's very proper in that regard. You know, doesn't try a lot of unusual things, and plays conventional shots. So it'll be good to see how he handles Ali Rahil here.
Absolutely. A bit short and beautifully nudged for a couple by Imad. A very decent over by Ali Rahil so far. Just 3 conceded in the first 3 balls, trying to bring the pressure back on the Avengers.
Yeah, I mean, all of the Vikings bowlers, you know, they've been supporting each other very well tonight. They look to be up for the moment, and nobody is giving away, you know, boundary balls apart from those 2 or 3 deliveries from Arfa. But you will definitely see a much better over from next over from him.
Yes, and nudged again for another couple. These twos won't hurt the Vikings a lot as long as they don't accumulate into a 2 every single ball. The boundaries, apart from that 1 over, have merely been there.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's very important that these two keep rotating the strike. Yes, I mean, I agree with you for the fact that at this point of time, you know, in LMS generally you see the batsmen on the top, you know, trying to go for their boundaries and, you know, put some pressure on the teams on the bowling sides. But these two are definitely 2 batsmen who will go about their business quietly, you know, and capitalize on any loose deliveries. But at the moment, it's been a good battle between bat and ball.
Absolutely. Did Imad miss out on that one? That was fairly short, or maybe it was planned from Ali Rahil.
He didn't go for the right shot there. Probably wasn't expecting Ali Rahil to just bang it in short into the wicket. Otherwise, he probably would have used the pace there, and these two know each other well, and obviously a bit of, you know, exchange of words there as well. So there will be a bowling change. Arfa is reverting to spin. He's bringing on his left arm orthodox bowler, Waleed Sheikh.
Are Avengers going to target Waleed Sheikh?
Well, I think they should ideally target Waleed Sheikh because obviously he's the emerging player. He might bowl a few loose deliveries as well. This time,
that's
and it is
4.
4 runs. Sloppy by Arfa. And you don't expect something like that from Arfa. You know, he's been so good out there on the field.
Absolutely, but good sportsman spirit, indicating himself that the ball has hit the boundary, keeping the spirit of the game intact.
Well, with the amount of cameras that we have for the Premier League this year, I think it's hard to escape. But still, Arfa is that sort of a character. He's out there, and he will always, you know, raise his hand for things like that.
Absolutely. So 1 run on the next one. Good ball, not giving Haris a lot of room, and let's see what Imad does. Looking around, checking at the field.
I think tactically speaking, this is a good decision because none of these are power hitters. You know, they'll not go after Sheikh Waleed to the extent that they, you know, just get their front leg out the way and try to smash him over long on or cow corner. They'll definitely try to use the pace, you know, try to play their shots on anything which is slightly loose or off the mark. So this is, I think in that regard, this is a good move by Arfa.
Absolutely. You need to get done with spinners who flight it up because they have the power hitters to absolutely throw it out of the ground.
Sheikh Waleed bowls in once again. A good delivery, not giving anything away, bowling into the wicket. He's not a big turner of the cricket ball, but he'll bowl in those sliders and the ones that go straight with the arm as well.
Absolutely, and a very unorthodox bowling style as well for a left-hander. I've rarely seen something like this before.
This time Haris Habib wanted to play it into the gap off his back foot, couldn't find the connection there. Nearly could have been a cotton bowled.
Yep. A decent over, I feel, apart from the boundary.
So 47 for the loss of 1 wicket after 7 overs. I think the captain Osman Ali will definitely send in someone with a few words as well regarding reminding these batsmen of keep checking the run rate as well as they move forward.
Yes.
Because obviously they need a bit of a platform with likes of Asad Bukhari and Ali and Ahmed Mela coming in.
Yes, and it's never good for the new batsman coming in as well when he has so much pressure of just hitting from the first ball. So ideally they should be getting them to at least 10 more runs in every over till the 10th over, 77 to 80 runs, and lay the platform, because 60 odd will have a lot of pressure on the new batsman coming in.
Yes, I totally agree. They should probably look to get themselves to somewhere around 75 to 80 runs on this wicket, which has pretty much been the score in every game here, because the wicket is definitely very good for batting, and these two will definitely need to take a few chances here. Also, keeping in view that any one of them needs to get to a half century here for the Avengers to have any sort of insurance back, for the new batsman coming in.
Absolutely, that's a solid shot, and I think he might be gone. Yup, that's the wicket, and Ali Raheel is always capable of doing that. And he steps up for his captain, and Afar pouches a fairly straightforward but nonetheless a very important catch.
Yes, definitely Haris Habib getting a bit frustrated out there and also nursing an injury as well. It seems he's playing with an injured hand, and he's been carrying that. I just actually it just popped up in my head that he'd actually told me about this injury, and I just couldn't recall. He is carrying this injury for quite some time, and it keeps getting aggravated. But obviously, I think he should probably look to put some rest behind it now and try probably if they manage to reach the semi-finals, then last 2 or 3 games. But then obviously you should talk to the captain about it as well.
Yep, always good to rest a bit, because when you do keep playing with it, it makes it worse, and then comebacks have to wait much longer than they're supposed to.
Yes, I mean with the fully fit hand, I think it probably would have found the connection there, but with that injured hand, as we can see in the replay as well, he got it off the grip a bit too quickly while playing that shot. Couldn't carry on with the flourish, and also chose a fielder like Afar Raza for that shot, and he doesn't drop many.
Bukhari coming in, and this partnership will be crucial for the Avengers.
Yes, the second wicket lost by the Avengers, 47 for 2, and Arfa involved in both the wickets. Afar, I beg your pardon. This time it was a quicker delivery, thumps into the pad of Asad Bukhari, gets 2 leg byes there.
Yep, missing leg.
There's a bit of an appeal as well, but clearly pitched outside the line of leg stump.
So very, very big decisions coming up for the Avengers.
Definitely Ali Rahil. Very good delivery once again. Defensively played back to the bowler by Ahmad. He's certainly taking his time out there tonight.
Pressure of the wickets falling, perhaps.
Yes, two very big wickets. I feel beautiful delivery once again, and that fourth stump line. Ahmad is finding it tough to put Ali Rahil away. Yeah, I mean with Zubi's, Zubi missing out for this game, I think AJ was probably ultimately become the trump card, and Usman should have been a little more careful with using him. Whether it was a good decision exposing him to Afar Raza, I think only time will tell. But it becomes very crucial from here onwards, because these two will start to play some shots here.
Absolutely, as long as it ends well.
So it's 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. The Avengers after 8 overs. And Afar Raza is thinking hard who to call upon to ball. I think it's the replacement of Fahad Abdullah Sheikh, Sama Amjad. And with his run up, seems like he'll be bowling seam up.
Yeah.
He's a left arm seamer, and he will be bowling to Asad Bukhari.
Emergings are always a challenge for the players who play on a bigger level, because they barely know them. So they can either get them out for a lot of runs, or they can upset the batsman as well, just like what happened in the last match of Avengers with Haroon Hamid, who got Raja Uzair out on the first ball.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much ball of the delivery for the emergings, and what a delivery to dismiss Raja Uzair.
Absolutely.
And,
Very Imran Khan like, shifting to the left and then stumping into the wickets.
Haroon Hamid certainly making his inclusion, justifying his inclusion rather in that game. And Osama Amjad, in the meanwhile, looks to be a decent bowler. I think good action, good leap towards the crease.
Absolutely. In the first ball into the wickets, shows the level of confidence he's come in with as well.
Yeah, 2 left-handers as well on the crease. I think that's probably one of the reasons why he's been brought into the attack. Another good delivery, hitting the hard length there. Ahmad playing it towards the covers for a single off the back foot.
Yes, good. Smart bowling, according to the field. Trying nothing fancy, and nothing fancy is needed as of now.
Yes, a lot of new players have been unearthed in this year's Premier League as well, as every Premier League does. This time a good delivery once again, changing the length, going very full on that occasion. He saw Asad Bukhari moving, so looks like a good prospect.
Absolutely. Darted into the legs, you can't do much about it. Just 3 runs of the first 3 balls.
Another one that comes to mind is Fahad Ali, from the strikers. I mean, he can be molded into a proper batsman. He's got the shots as well, but looks confident with the bat.
Yes, absolutely. He's got him. That's a slow ball. Deceived by pace.
This time a beautiful delivery. He's been mixing it up quite nicely, and this time a fuller delivery. Slow Yorker almost. And Ahmad has been deceived here.
Wickets falling for the Avengers.
So the Avengers under some sort of pressure now, and looks evident as well. They lost their 3rd wicket.
This partnership will define where the Avengers go in the team. With Mela coming in and Bukhari inside as well. These two need to bat long.
Probably the most 2 crucial players for the night for Avengers.
Not in rhythm at all as of now, the Avengers. They start to middle the ball and a wicket falls.
These two will definitely need to play for the next 100 runs and get to their half centuries, if any one of them. Then obviously it gives somebody like Rao Haris the license to go after the bowling as well. But these two will definitely need to absorb the pressure and play a big chunk of the overs here. Pretty much 7 or 8 overs, if you ask me.
Yes, not leave a lot of overs for their remaining team because having suffered those injuries, they do not have as much batting depth as they used to before.
Ahmed Mela will be facing Osama Amjad. Looked like $1 million tonight.
And a very decent delivery first up as well. Just 3 runs and a wicket.
What a first
over that was.
This year's Premier League for Osama Amjad, and he's been a pleasure to watch up till now.
Never underestimate an emerging. He's a bronze player.
What a pick
All
by
right.
the Vikings, by the way. So do you feel Osama Amjad being continued in the semi-final as well in place of Sheikh Fahad?
I feel that he should be. He's been very decent with the first over, and when it comes to the remaining of the spell, because I'm sure he'll be handed over an over or two, if not more, in this innings after his first wicket and a very tidy over. So if he's able to carry that momentum through, there is absolutely no point in dropping him.
But yeah, I forgot to add, if the Vikings are on the winning side tonight,
Absolutely. More of an eliminator as of
so
now.
we can never rule out someone like a team like Avengers out of a game with the squad that they have. If you've got a replacement like Asad Bukhari coming in and you've got someone like Zubi going out injured, then you can obviously understand the depth of the squad that Usman Ali managed to pick at the auction.
Absolutely. Crucial over this one, I feel. Good tidy delivery first up.
So another good delivery by Ali Rahil, and he's keeping it very tight tonight.
Who do you pick and hit, Hamza, out of this Viking side? Because there is no weak contender as of now.
Well, if you ask me, I might just tend to go towards the technicalities a lot, but if I'm allowed to, I would certainly say Ali Rahil, because I like leg spinners personally, but obviously that's my style of play. But if you ask me in the context of the game right now, he's been bowling brilliantly, and even if I were out there, I think I probably would have been looked to rotate and play myself in, which obviously these two will do. But if out of the lot, if I had to target, then obviously I'll probably wait for the faster man to come back on for the moment.
Absolutely. I kind of agree with you over here as well.
And these two will definitely look to do that. Ahmed Mela especially, because he understands the value of his wicket now. Asad Bukhari is obviously the more aggressive of the two, as far as the first few overs of the innings are concerned as a batsman out there. But Ahmed Mela on the other hand, he's a bit of a finisher as well, so he'll look to build on this innings and then look to unleash in the final few overs. Or obviously he'll quietly go about business as far as his first 20, 25, 30 runs are concerned. This time a good shot by Asad Bukhari, and he finally finds the gap, breaking the shackles a little bit here, Umar, with that boundary.
The Avengers certainly hope so, that this is the case, because so far they've been struggling by losing wickets as well. So let's see what they do. This is the last ball before the end of the 10th over, and the Avengers are at 59 at the loss of 3 wickets. So not much for the Avengers in the first 10 overs.
Yeah, moving forward exactly with a run rate of 6 right now. They'll certainly hope that they can add some big runs after this. In the next 10 overs, they're probably able to add 80 to 100 runs to their total. But for that, these two definitely need to be out there.
Absolutely, you need a minimum of 160 on a wicket, as in the likes of DHA wicket, because it's usually a very batsman favoring wicket, and doesn't seem to be too paced as of now.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it looks as if it doesn't have a lot of demons in it. It looks very straightforward. Bowlers deceiving the batsman with their line and length. Nothing, as far as the factors involving the wicket, but it's I think they've dismissed the batsman that they have with mere skill rather than conditions at the moment.
Definitely, and being trusted again, Osama, with the next over, and rightfully so, deservingly so, I feel, having conceded just 3 runs in the first over and getting the all important wicket of Imad.
So Sama running in once again, fuller delivery, bit of an outswinger, and well played by Asad Bukhari in the gap. Comes back for 2 runs, good running. These two pretty fit still, even though Asad Bukhari is off of an injury, an ACL knee injury, and obviously he's in recovery mode still. But nevertheless, he looked really fit on that occasion.
Very good running, and when the boundaries have dried up, this is what you should be trying to do.
So in the meanwhile, another good outswinger, and Asad Bukhari was looking for the length there, but brilliantly bowled. Hurricanes have made 154, and now the Dynamite's chase is on, as far as the game at Green Acres being played simultaneously.
Feels like the Dynamites will chase it down. They have been a very, very good side so far.
Yeah, the Dynamite's definitely the team to beat, and if they can manage to go unbeaten into the semi-finals, I think it'll be huge for them as a team.
Yes, they seem to be right there as of now, and this was a good change-up delivery again by Osama, similar to the one that got Imad, but well washed out by Bukhari.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Osama Ilyas will, the sort of a bowler that he seems, he will keep asking questions. This time, another good delivery, sticking to that channel. He's not giving anything away.
Yes, a fuller ball bowled slow is very difficult to play, especially with the kind of action that he's bowling with. So, bowling it exactly where it should be.
Yeah, he's perfectly complementing the already very good looking bowling lineup of the Vikings, and I think he's a good addition. This time, Asad Bukhari uses the pace, but that is good fielding once again. The fielder using his foot on that occasion and saving 3 runs for his team.
After saving every single run possible, Vikings very pumped up today. And in comes Arfa, who was a little expensive in his first over, but he's more than capable of making a comeback.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, he's the sort of a character, he if he doesn't do something right, may it be batting or even bowling, he goes back, he sits quietly and tries to analyze what he did wrong, and he tries to work on it. And I think the best thing about it is he's within the game, he analyzes the situation. He sits back, he looks at the game, he tries to understand what needs to be done, and then obviously he comes back, and you will definitely see him bowling a lot better, with better lengths this time.
Yes, and talking to Arfa, discussing their plan as well.
Arfa running in, he'll be bowling to Asad Bukhari down the leg side. First delivery obviously shows that he will look to not give any room to someone like Asad Bukhari, try to keep it tight, bowl towards his body.
Yes,
Asad
but
Bukhari certainly likes deliveries being bowled towards the cover side, or maybe his offside, because he's a predominantly offsided player, but today
yes,
playing it fine as well off his pads.
Just one run, so tied up well. Bowling with the plan, keeping their fielder very fine, because he has this idea that he's going to probably target the body.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Asad Bukhari and from the people who know him, from the time that he's been playing the LMS, he was a lot more open stanced as a batsman, with the high pat lift, and this time a good shot, but straight into the hands of the fielder towards the covers. So yeah, he was a lot more open stanced, a lot more, he used to hit through the line, straight down the ground and through the covers as well. But I think over the years he's worked on his game, and he's added this aspect of playing it more, nudging it as well towards the offside.
That's a good ball. Nothing happening. The overs are passing by fairly quickly, and the Avengers need to do something about this.
Yeah, much better delivery from Arfa, and Asad Bukhari didn't have the length to cut it, and neither did he have the length to drive it through the cover. So it was short of a good length in that area of uncertainty, and he's doing that well so far.
Yep, last ball coming in, and they will ideally want a boundary on this one.
Yes, definitely they would love to end the over with a boundary. Obviously, if Arfa can keep away from that. This time Ahmed Mela plays it off the back foot, but once again couldn't find the gap there.
Straight into the hands.
Arfa does manage to stay out of that full length outside off to Ahmed Mela, which Ahmed Mela plays so nicely through the covers.
Yes, Mela isn't happy with his shot though. He judged it early, and he seems to be a little agitated because he feels like he should have put it away.
I still feel that if he had decided to go squarer off the wicket, he probably would have had a better result there, but he chose to just go with the flow and smash it through the covers, but the ball wasn't there for it.
Definitely. So getting rid of the helmet, and Osama coming in again. Very decent so far. Just 8 runs conceded of the first 2 overs. Another slow ball coming in, Hamza.
Yeah, I think he'll probably stick to what he's doing. He's been doing it well, changing the lens, bowling it quick as well, and then obviously pulls back the length as well when he feels that the batsman is anticipating his deliveries. So he's been doing the job well so far.
Yep, slow ball in the slot, and nothing much he could have done.
Doesn't need to do anything different for now, because obviously the batsmen are not in the 6 hitting mode as yet. So
beautifully bowled once again. Just a single, and Vikings definitely don't mind the singles right now.
Yeah, I think it's important that these guys understand the fact that they will have to start going after some period of time. Then they'll have to play their shots as well, but they're just playing themselves in, which is obviously very important.
That has been driven, but straight to the fielder for another single.
So Ahmed Mela is beginning to
play with an open stance.
Loosen his hands a little bit, and obviously he'll try to unleash as well sooner rather than later. But Osama is not giving anything away, and hats off to him for doing that up till now.
Yep, that's a wide ball. Rare missed length, I feel. Line, in fact, not the length.
Yeah, rare wide by him. He's been very tight for the most part of the night as far as his spell is concerned, and I think it won't be a bad decision if Arfa decides to make him bowl his 4 overs straight up.
Yes, definitely. That's a good ball again. Guided just for a single. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you bowl him for the 4 overs? The way he's bowling, he would have probably given him 5 if he had the option.
Yeah, another good delivery, an outswinger to Asad Bukhari.
Very nice bowling so far.
Sama Ilyas will be going to Ahmed Mela. I have a feeling he'll go after him on this delivery.
Nope, he doesn't. Just a single again.
Brilliant over so far by Osama Ilyas. And
Yep, that's the end of the over in fact. 14 runs so far in his first 3 overs.
76
Brilliant.
for the loss of 3 wickets. The Avengers, after 13 overs, they would ideally want something around 70 to 80 runs in these final 7.
Yep.
But they'll also need to find out a way and some method behind their madness from here onwards.
Yes, Ali Raheel coming in to bowl his last over. So far he's conceded just 13 runs of the first 3 and taken a very important wicket of Haris Habib as well. So running through his overs as well with Osama.
Yes, Ali Raheel will be continuing. He's been brought back into the attack rather, and I personally feel that this is the over that they
This
should target.
Yep, this should be the over. I feel like they'll be taking the surge on the next over, I feel. Because there are still 2 more overs of offer to come in. And after seeing Ali Raheel out, ideally with both of them in the wicket. That's beautifully bowled. Air, spin, and everything nice that needs to be in a ball.
Yes, I totally agree with you. What a first delivery by Ali Raheel, and I drew Ahmed Mela into the shot, made him put in that stride. Beautifully just turned away. Perfect leg spinner's delivery there.
Absolutely lucky not to get an edge on this, I feel. Next ball coming up. Oh, that's beautifully bowled again.
This time defensively played by Ahmed Mela with loose hands, soft hands rather, not going with, towards the ball with harder hands. Obviously, he's very experienced to understand that.
Yes.
That can always draw an edge against a leg spinner or a left arm orthodox bowler if you're going with hard hands.
Absolutely, both batsmen in the center going at run a ball, showing how well the Vikings have kept them down so far. Big
This
shot.
time, a big shot by Asad Bukhari. The first 6 for the Avengers.
Absolutely, looking at it pitched outside and literally dancing down the wicket before the ball spins, getting that connection that is needed. Much needed boundary for the Avengers and Bukhari.
Yes, first 6 for the Avengers coming in the 14th over shows you how good the Vikings bowling has been tonight.
Yep, and a good comeback delivery again darted in. Could do nothing but play it back to the bowler. Huge 6 again. This time probably out of the ground has it gone. Feels like
This is probably the
No, it's
biggest, one of the biggest hits of this year's Premier League, and he just smashed that over deep mid wickets. And obviously, like we predicted, definitely going after Ali Raheel in that over, and how much of that will break the shackles now, if I were to ask you, Marumshi?
absolutely 19 of 19 to 31 of 22. That's what Bukhari does. And the team talking it out, seems like the surge has been taken, and yep, Afar will definitely come in and bowl this one. So big contest coming up between Mela, Bukhari and Afar. Exactly the right person you need to bowl your surge over, and exactly the batsman that the Avengers need in the wicket to face him?
I think Ahmed Mela will certainly like this. He likes space on the ball, and he's got a good cut shot. Anything full, he'll just drive it through the covers. So I think it's a good little battle that we'll see in this power surge.
Yep. Will probably this over will probably have to say a lot about the outcome of this match. The Avengers will need at least 14 to 15 runs in this over, ideally, if not 20 odd runs or more. And if Afar can keep this over down under 10 runs, it'll be a huge victory for the Vikings.
So Afar Raza running in with the first delivery, shorter, and Ahmed Mela goes for the shot, and he gets an outside edge over the keeper's head. 4 runs. He's asking for that one for the over from the leg umpire, but the leg umpire seems clueless.
A bit of a moral victory for Afar. Got him tangled in between, but manages to get bat on it, and it doesn't matter how the runs come as long as they're coming for the Avengers. Will he bang this one short again? Mela will definitely be expecting a fuller ball, I guess, on this one. So, game of minds. Yep, not given.
So it has not been given as one for the over. It was a legitimate delivery, not very high. This time Ahmed Mela smashes it back.
Down the ground for 4 runs. So,
Middled
good start. Good start, middled, and 2 boundaries coming on the first 2 balls. Pressure on Afar.
Definitely, as we predicted, Ahmed Mela is someone who likes space on the ball. This time he backs out of the delivery. Somebody probably walking in front of the side screen. Omar, what should be the length? You feel why someone who's got the pace of Afar Raza?
I think he needs to mix it up with pace as well for now, because when you're bowling it at the same pace, then the probability of hitting the ball, irrespective of the length, unless you bowl like a genuine Yorker, where nothing can be done. Oh,
This time
hammered.
is being smashed out of the park. Deep square leg fielder. Well, he was already on the inner circle, but anyone viewing the match from that position was a mere spectator as well. Just probably went over their heads.
Yes, so very, very good aggressive batting by Mela. 14
Yes.
runs have come up from the first 3 balls, and how quickly from getting just 8 runs on the first 10 balls, he's now at 22 of 13. So you can, from the last 2 overs, you can well understand the capability of both Bukhari and Mela on how they can accelerate whenever they want to.
Yes, Afar Raza looking like he's under some pressure for the first time in the game, and this time a low full toss, wanted to bowl a Yorker there. Ahmed Mela couldn't find the timing on that occasion, straight in the hands of Arfa. He scrambles his way to the other end for a single,
Yep.
and that'll bring Asad Bukhari for the final delivery of the over.
Yep, Mela isn't happy about that one. Oh, that's a good ball, and just 1 run conceded on the last ball as well. So from a happening first three deliveries, quieter last two from Afir, conceding 16 runs off that over. So feel like Avengers will be very happy with the 16 runs, but maybe missed out on a boundary, one more boundary that should have taken that to 20 odd runs. So final 5 overs coming in.
Yeah, I mean, still very good over for the Avengers. 16 runs off the power surge over, I think, and also the fact that it was someone like Afar Raza, you know. So I think that'll make Ahmed Mill a lot more confident now as far as going for those big shots is concerned. You know, he's connected a few off his bat. So I think Osama Ilyas will have to be very particular in this over, otherwise he might go for a few runs as well.
Absolutely, both of them set and ready to fire, I feel. Running in. Ooh, that's a good delivery. No pressure, feels like, on Osama.
No, he's just sticking to his original line, and which was bowling out swingers to Asad Bukhari. So he's come back to that. It's very intelligent cricket by Osama Ilyas. He understands the fact that these two will go after him, and he's not giving them that length. You know, he's keeping it away. So definitely somebody who understands the game quite well.
Beautifully bowled again by Osama Amjad.
Yes.
Another dot ball.
A slow delivery this time. So he's definitely keeping it away from that hitting zone of Asad Bukhari. Brilliant bowling so far.
Bukhari is frustrated and Mela walks down and talks to him, and rightfully so.
Yes, I mean, with the angle, I think it'll be better if Ahmed Mela is the one facing, and he asks Asad Bukhari to rotate it as well. You know, not consume all of the deliveries and not in search of that middle part of the bat.
That's beautifully bowled again. Slower ball angling into the stumps. Not much that could have been done. Brilliant bowling by Osama Amjad so far.
Yes, looking like one of the really good bronze players in this Premier League. He's certainly justifying his inclusion tonight.
Definitely so far. That has been hammered for just a single. So beautiful so far. Just 2 runs conceded of the first 4 balls. If he can finish this with a good ball in this, the last ball.
He's been up to the mark up till now. He hasn't bowled anything loose, and definitely look to end it with a good delivery here. Asad Bukhari will have to probably improvise, because I don't think he'll get the length for it. He'll have to bowl this one once again.
Yep. Reload that one, young boy.
So wide ball, rare miss of the spot on the pitch, because I think he's just marked it before arriving tonight, or probably when he had arrived here, he's probably marking it in the dark.
Yep, or nets after last night on the wicket after the games were over.
Because he's understanding this pitch so well up till now.
Absolutely. Ooh, that has been hammered for 4. So getting hit for 4 on his last ball of a spell, but nonetheless just 21 given away in his 4 overs, and there is nothing more or nothing better that you can expect of your bronze player.
Yes, for sure.
Will ideally want 50 or to 60 runs if possible in those 4 overs, which is definitely difficult but not impossible, I feel. And Noman Bilal coming in.
Yes, and Definitely one of these two will have to get to his 50 as quick as possible, and obviously that gives someone like Rao Haris, a good friend of yours, the license to come out swinging.
Yup, padded up and walking and ready to get in his zone, I feel. Haris is capable of hitting any bowler as long as the ball is in the areas that he wants. The pace doesn't matter much.
Yes, Haris Rao, this time a good delivery, and there is a lapse by the wicket keeper. Is given away 4 byes.
Yup, letting down his bowler here.
The delivery certainly didn't deserve to go for 4 byes. It was that good of a delivery.
Absolutely, but the Avengers will and Mela won't mind it not coming off the bat as long as they're getting and accumulating runs. That's all they need.
Do you think something like this exerts a lot of pressure on the bowler, or would he still be okay with it?
It's obviously it's more of a game of nerves. It's a good ball in the wicket again. It definitely frustrates the bowler when he puts in so much into his run up and bowls a good length and the keeper lets him down or any fielder lets him down. But you got to trust and back your keeper to not make a mistake again and just treat that ball as an unlucky ball and get to the next one.
Yes, definitely. He backed it up with a good second delivery. This time, a lofted shot and falls in no man's land. Safwan, the fielder there.
Yep. Happy not to get it into someone's hands.
Yes, Asad Bukhari will be happy on that rare occasion where he couldn't find the middle of the bat, otherwise probably would have carried to somebody's hands.
6 of the first 3 balls so far. Oh, that's been hammered but straight at the fielder, and Afar will not let these go definitely.
Yes, Afar Raza is certainly the main man for the Vikings, with the bat, with the ball, and out there on the field as well.
Absolutely.
So, what do you reckon? This delivery, what do you see Asad Bukhari doing?
They're waiting a little. Are they checking on Afar touching the boundary or anything as such? The Avengers did feel that Afar's foot was touching the boundary.
This
Oh, he's bowled him
time,
out.
pulls a beautiful in-swinging Yorker, hits the base of the middle stump, and that is what you expect from someone who's bowling at this stage of the innings for your team.
Brilliant Yorker in, and you did not want Bukhari to fall at this point in time for the Avengers, obviously. Having settled in and playing at 39 after taking 30 balls, you would have wanted him to get to his 50. Rao coming in a little sooner than I feel that he wanted to, but he's clearly walking in fast, so he's pumped and perhaps ready for the challenge, which we will find out soon.
Well, it's a bit of a precarious situation for the Avengers, considering the fact that none of their batsmen are waiting in the dugout, and these two will have to take their team towards the end of the 20 overs. And Rao needs to make sure that he doesn't leave a lot of the burden on Ahmed Mela
Yep.
to carry. I think Rao will have to play some shots as well, but then at the same time he'll have to realize that he just can't throw his wicket away here.
Absolutely brilliant so far by the Vikings. The moment they start going for runs, they come back with a wicket, and now Bilal is 3 overs in with 13 runs conceded as well and 1 wicket. So 3 of their bowlers so far staying under, not 3 in fact, 2 of them staying under 5 runs and over.
Yes, Mela will have to play 20 overs here, and Rao Haris will need to play some shots out there. Arfa has, decided to bring himself back into the attack. I think he'll bowl 2 overs here, and Afar will probably bowl another one.
Yes, absolutely. That has been hammered for a huge six by Mela. What a start to the over. Exciting 3 overs coming in, I feel, especially if you have Mela staying in for the rest of the innings. He is more than capable of converting this one into a big score.
Mela will certainly need to be out there, and he's started off the over with a huge 6 over long off, mid off rather, and
Vikings are aware of his ability and will want to see him out as soon as possible to stop the runs from flowing.
for sure Arfa runs in once again, and this time an inside edge. He wanted to go after him once again, but he gets a boundary, a streaky one, but nevertheless 4 runs for the Avengers.
Yep. 36 now. Mela, 14 runs left, and he would ideally want these 14 runs to come in as soon as possible or not, and want Rao to hit most of the runs as well so that he can play till the end. What do you think will be the plan in his mind right now, Hamza?
I think, obviously he would want to get himself to 50 as soon as possible, but then Rao will have to assess the situation, because obviously he's got Usman Ali to follow after this, and he'll be just a little bit, teeny bit handicapped in that regard. But I think if Rao can start to play his shots here, I think they'll add another dimension to the game as far as the innings of the Avengers.
Absolutely. A couple of sixes from Rao can take this total to from somewhere around 150 to 165, 170, which the Avengers will be very happy with.
Yes, they definitely have the bowling lineup to defend something around 170, but I think anything under that at this wicket, with batsmen like Afar Raza and Arfa and few others as well, I think it'll be really difficult to defend. But 170 would be a great total from here onwards.
Absolutely, and that has been hit hard, slash for 4 by Rao. So confident start from Rao despite his injury.
Rao will definitely go for his shots, and Ahmed Mela would love that at this stage, because anyone who can share the workload with him, and sort of like ideally if Rao could somehow drag Ahmed Mela to the last over from here and let Ahmed Mela face the final over, I think that will probably be the ideal situation.
Yep, that's exactly what they should be thinking as of now. Expensive so far, Arfa. That's a good shot again.
Another good shot by Rao, but Afar Raza, the fielder there, he does so well, keeps it down to just 2 runs. It was a well-timed shot by Rao. He gets 6 runs of the first 2 deliveries that he faces, so not a bad start by Rao Haris.
Absolutely firing from the first ball. Always difficult, but well managed so far. Arfa, the only bowler so far to have conceded more than 10 and over. Very expensive, unlike what usually happens. 35 conceded so far of his overs, and seems like he will not be bowling himself again, because Afar still has an over to go. So it will be Noman bowling in this one, to be followed up by Afar, seems so, and perhaps is the right call by Arfa. Not his day with the ball today.
I feel Ahmed Mela should look to get a single and get Rao Haris on strike, but he plays a big shot, a huge hit for 6 runs. He's in no mood for singles, let me tell you this.
Absolutely, that was belted. That's a 6 on any ground of Pakistan or anywhere in the world.
Yes, that was a good 70-75 meter hit, or maybe 80 meters. So it would have been 6 anywhere, honestly.
short ball, very short.
This time, better length, but the umpire thinks it's not as high as
Yep,
as most would think, and the umpire doesn't think that it was a white ball.
yep. Jump to fetch it. Always
Mela
have.
is screaming hard to review this, and we'll leave it to the third umpire to check.
Yes. Advantage I feel to the bowlers when you're bowling to Ahmed Mela is that given his that he's very tall, you can always give it a good bounce and expect it to still not go over his head. And they're having a look to see if it's wide or not.
So the decision still being monitored. They're still looking at the footage, and
Closer than we think. Tricky
they're
for the
still,
third umpire.
analyzing the footage there, and let's see what the third umpire decides eventually. So we'll just use this moment to discuss a few things here, Mr. Omar Bashir, and
Don't have a moment, do we, Hamza? The decision has been made and it is a wide. We'll have to reload this one.
yeah. So how will that affect the bowler from here onwards? Because he's been hit for a huge six, a wide. So how does he come back from this? You being a bowler,
You definitely cannot give another extra to start with. That has been hit with one hand and gone for four. Misfield.
so sloppy fielding on this occasion by the fielder, and it was played very fine by Ahmed Mela off his pads.
Absolutely, it was Waleed, I feel, who let go of that one. Should have kept this one out. A lot of the emerging players have stepped up a lot in terms of fielding.
This time a better delivery from Noman, and will they get 2 runs? Ahmed Mela is asking Rao to stay there. And Ahmed Mela is somewhere around the 50.
Yep, one more needed.
Rao did walk out of the crease.
I think that It is perhaps the
should
wrong
be
call.
Rao's wicket here, but we'll leave that to the third umpire to decide.
I think it was the wrong call of running this one. Perhaps not running it first. It was always, it seemed like a two that was possible. And then running again. I feel that Mela should have given his wicket over here rather than Rao, because he's batting at 49 and one more run and he's out as well. So if Rao was hitting them well, he should have stayed in the wicket.
No, but
I
the
think-
thing is, another wicket after this is Usman Ali. So even if you lose Haider's wicket here, Haider should have the license from here onwards. So
Yep.
I think it's good thinking by Ahmed Mela and Rao to sacrificing his wicket. But I feel this can be a good ploy at the end, because Haider can definitely go for his shots. He can clear the rope as well. So
Absolutely.
if he gets out in that process, that brings Usman Ali out. So Mela actually gets to stay out there. So
Yeah,
let's
but
see.
then after Usman Ali, you also have Haroon to come in. So,
no, actually Rao's come in the
Oh,
side. in
all right,
place
all
of
right.
Haroon, so
oh, all right. Sorry for that.
yeah, so I think Haider should be given the license here to go for the shots.
Yes. 148 for 5 wickets. One ball remaining in the 19th over.
Yeah, I think if Haider can swing hard at it and gets the connection somehow, but I think Noman Bilal is a very intelligent bowler. He'll
Yep.
definitely keep it away from the lefty. Not
Play
try
an
to stray
unorthodox
towards
shot.
the pads, or maybe bowl within the stumps. He'll bowl that in-swinging Yorker maybe.
Yep. That's a good shot. We'll just get him one or two. Mela's running in hard for this one, and good running. I think he made it in good time. Doesn't seem like a wicket for the Vikings.
I personally feel he's made the crease there, but well, it's going to be a close decision as well. We'll just come back after the decision from the third umpire.
Yep. Pressure on the third umpire being tested.
So brilliant running by Ahmed Mela, and he's taken 2 runs there. He will be facing the first delivery from Afar, and if he can actually get a boundary, he'll have to go out, and Usman Ali will have to come in. So let's see what he does here.
Definitely, he will definitely search for the boundary over here. I feel that's exactly what you want from the Avengers perspective as well, given that he's batting on 49, so he'll still have to go out if he gets a single as well. So going out after hitting a boundary would be ideal for the Avengers.
Yeah, if he can hit a boundary and then obviously wait outside for Usman Ali, and Usman Ali will ideally would want to go for the hit as well, or maybe I don't know what Usman Ali will be thinking going in.
Usman Ali will definitely, as much as I know Usman, he will definitely not be wasting any ball. That I'm sure of. That's a wide, and
Starts off with a wide, and is there a ploy there? He gets.
that's
Ahmed Mela
very
gets to his
strategic.
50, so that's smart bowling by Afar.
Absolutely, very strategic, and he's laughing walking back to his bowling crease, which means that it was very much intentional and not bad for the Vikings, given that you get Mela out as well for temporarily as of now.
Well, that's what you get from players like Afar Raza, who know the game like the back of their hand. He just starts off with the wide on purpose. Gets Ahmed Mela to his half century so that he has to bowl the rest of the over at Usman Ali. I think he'll keep it short and keep asking questions from Usman Ali to be touching this or getting his bat to it somehow.
not pleasing as a batsman when you have someone like Afar bowling in at you, and the first ball coming in short at pace. So Usman will definitely be expecting a short ball, I feel.
I think Usman Ali is well capable of putting some sort of bat on it and getting a boundary here.
Yep.
Or with Afar Raza's pace, he could even hit a six, who knows.
Yep. All you need is a good connection.
This
That's
time he
beautiful.
played fine. Has he found the gap there? Usman Ali starts off with a boundary.
Beautiful, beautiful.
As we predicted, using the pace and playing it to perfection in the gap. Usman Ali's got a boundary for his team. First up.
Yep. Not costing much when it comes to Mela going out by a strategic white ball if it was, because that's a ball wasted and a boundary conceded of the first ball. So 5 coming in on the first ball for the Avengers, and if they get around 20 runs in that over, they will be very happy with the result, getting to 170.
Yeah, 170 will definitely be a score that they would want to see themselves at. This time,
Yup, he's running out. Different.
And Usman Ali sacrifices his wicket, rightfully so, and that takes Ahmed Mela back onto the strike. So good work by Usman Ali. Hits a boundary and sacrifices his wicket in order for Ahmed Mela to come in. Arfa is putting up a bit of an argument out there, and we'll have to analyze what actually happened. The batsmen were running, they never stopped, so as far as the rules are concerned, that was not a dead ball.
It has been. Is the umpire asking Mela to stay out for now? Seems to be a straightforward run out, I feel. Don't see what they're complaining about or arguing about. Yep, given out. Rightfully so. So Usman.
Arfa was trying to check that as per the rules of the LMS, if the batsmen are not running and they reach their ends and they're holding their ends, and if you have the ball on top of the bails, then obviously the umpire has the right to give it as a dead ball.
Yep, but didn't seem dead as of now, because they were
but
just
that was
running.
a straightforward, After just ran to the stumps and just ran the batsman out. So obviously that automatically brings in Ahmed Mela.
Yep, a bit of a
There is
statement.
no argument there, but
Statement by Afar, not afraid of having Mela in.
yeah. This time a full toss. One bounce to Arfa, and will there be 2 runs there? And he's made his ground. So good running by Haider Farooq.
Was this a no
Or,
ball? Was
has
it
that
height?
been referred? So I think they might have to not only refer the run out, but maybe the no ball as well. We'll have to see.
And if it is a no ball, it's not just 2 runs, it's 5 runs for Mela, because having bowled the first wide ball by Afar as well. Checking. If it's a no ball, and then second a run out.
So the third umpire rightfully gives Heather run out there. He was short of the crease, and the no ball being checked there as well. So it is a legitimate delivery, and
2 balls for Mela to face, or 3. In fact, I think it's 3 balls that he gets to face.
is it 3 or 2?
Yep, I think it's 2 because it's a legal delivery.
Yeah. So 2 more deliveries for Ahmed Mela to try and get his team over 170 here. Will he able to do it, or will Afar Raza keep it below 170? We will find out with this delivery.
Nothing for this one, just stays in the crease. Good ball. A 12 is still on though. If he gets this one for 6, it'll still be 170 that the Avengers will get to.
What do you reckon the length is going to be on this delivery?
It won't be short. That's
This
a good shot.
time,
Oh, he's missed the boundary by...
one bounce and into the boundary, 4 runs. He'd almost had the connection there, but it gets to the boundary. 4 more runs for Ahmed Mela. So the Avengers finish off with
162 runs, so 163 to win.
so 162 on the board, and 163 is the target that the Vikings will have to come out and chase. So stay with us, and we will see you on the other side of the innings break. We welcome you back to the second innings in this all-important match. Nothing short of a quarter-final. The Vikings have come out to chase now. They'll be needing 163 in order to see themselves playing the semi-final tomorrow. And we will have to see if the Avengers can actually defend a score of 162. Umar, what do you feel?
Difficult, and a very competitive matchup coming up. One thing we can be sure about is that no team will drop their bat or the ball easily. It'll be both of them will fight, because whoever wins goes through. They're persisting with their strategy of giving Heather the first over, showing confidence in their emerging player and confidence in his ability to give them a good start. So a bit of a psychological statement by Usman Ali here, I feel.
So Haider Farooq, the usual new ball bowler, he's been doing really well in the tournament. One of the only emergings who's been bowling so regularly for his particular team. The others have struggled to find a place, but Haider has been doing really well. If he can actually get a wicket here for his team. Osama is the opener with Bilal Qazi, and Osama did so well with the ball, Umar.
Is this Osama or Ali Raheel?
Is it Ali Raheel?
Seems like Ali Raheel.
Seems like Osama, but it's Ali Raheel.
Nudged beautifully, well stopped at the boundary. So crucial 2 runs stopped.
So good fielding on the boundary by Osman Ali, keeping it down to just 2 runs. And Haider Farooq is the new bowler. Ali Raheel and Bilal Qazi are the openers for the Vikings.
Vikings sticking to their winning strategy.
Is very solid up the order, likes to take his time, but he's very stylish, plays his shots.
Yep, sticking to their winning strategy of keeping Afar 1 down.
Yes, Afar Raza will definitely be the big wicket for the Avengers if they manage to get it tonight.
Yep. Good ball again, and just a single. So good start so far by Heather. No extras given. 4 conceded of the first 3 balls, and in comes Bilal to face his second ball.
Yes.
Got a very good winning 50 for his team in the last match as well.
Haider is certainly sticking to this very tight line and length, trying to bowl within the stumps. Good bowling. This another good delivery.
Yep, he needs
Was
to
coming back in,
run
and Bilal Qazi just sticking his bat out there. No,
quick.
Not a lot of foot movement there, just blocking it.
Yep, maybe that's all you need to do for now. Settle in, not give a early wicket.
Not the most aesthetically pleasing batsman, but very effective. Bilal Qazi gets his runs, plays some unorthodox shots.
Absolutely, and you don't need to be. When you have just 6 fielders, you have the liberty to play those unorthodox shots. All you need is the runs, and that's what he's been doing for his team.
But he's a freak for the game. He just loves every bit of detail about the game. He likes to talk about it on the groups as well, WhatsApp groups. He's very active. So good first over by
Yep.
Haider.
Just 6 conceded of the
6
first
runs
over.
and no boundary conceded in the first over, and Usman Ali straight away throwing the ball to his most experienced campaigner, Amir Jamil Bajwa. I think Usman Ali will have a lot of expectations from him tonight to be getting him the wickets.
Yes, I feel that the overs of Amir Jamil and Imad will be very, very crucial on such a wicket. You will want at least 2 of your 5 bowlers to be bowling at their spells at around 5 to 6 runs, finishing their spells at the average of 5 to 6 runs, because given that it's DHA, the total isn't very high.
Yeah, I mean, in context to the previous games and the games that generally take place at this ground, they are about 15 to 20 runs short, 15 runs probably, because the wicket is turning, as you just saw there.
That was a good delivery. Uh, when the pressure mounts, then the 15 runs don't matter, Hamza. You just need those ideal wickets that you really want at the start. And it's game on for the Avengers. Ooh, that has been driven straight and hard for 4. Seemed like a chance, but it was connected way better than what it looked like.
The mid-off fielder was very wide. Ahmed Mela should have been a bit touch straighter there, because Ali Rahil is certainly someone who does hit through the covers, but he's very good straight down the ground as well. So you don't want to give that room to him and stick to your areas.
Yep, you need to pull your length a little if you have to keep this fielder Ahmed Mela at the position that he's standing. Right here, because from here either you cut or drive the ball. You can't hit it straight for a boundary.
Asking Ali Rahil to cut the delivery on that occasion was AJ, and AJ is certainly someone who will keep coming back at you. He can vary the pace, and he can bowl those straighter ones with the arm as well.
Absolutely. So despite that boundary, just 5 conceded on the first 4 balls, and he'd ideally want to end this without conceding a boundary and getting a wicket as well.
Usman Ali would ideally want Afar Raza early out there. Want to see too much of these two.
Trying to go for the late cut, not happening. So despite the boundary, just 5 conceded on this over.
So 11 without loss in the first 2 overs, and I think Usman Ali will go with another over from Haider Farooq here.
Yes, you got to give that confidence to your bowlers as well. Especially, it's a little unfair on any bowler that once you bowled a good over, you're taken off for the next one. So trusting him to get a wicket for his team.
Yeah, I think it's very important that he keeps his most important bowlers in Imad, Asad Bukhari and Ahmed Mela to a certain extent, fresh and available for when the main batsmen come out in the shape of Afar Raza and Arfa.
That has been beautifully glanced from his legs for 4 runs.
Not the right line and length to be bowling to Ali Rahil. Very strong off his pads. He will have to come back to that top of off line to someone like Ali Rahil. Otherwise, he will keep chipping away with those kind of boundaries.
Absolutely, he's not going to miss out on such a ball for sure. You bowl 5 deliveries at him like this, and he'll make sure that he puts all 5 of them away for 4 runs, if not 6. So needs to readjust his length.
Yes, I think he's still sticking to over the wicket. He runs in again. That leg side-ish line for some reason.
Yeah.
Ali Rahil won't be too happy about
Absolutely.
missing out on that occasion.
Fielder at the right place, otherwise it would have been another boundary. It's always tricky with the new ball when you have a left-right hand combination. Difficult for a bowler to set his line right.
Yes, for sure, and he will have to keep it within the stumps to someone like Bilal Qazi, because Bilal Qazi is that sort of a player who will use the pace, play you fine, play some unorthodox shots, but this time through the covers, beautifully played. Not a lot of foot movement once again, but a bit Prithvi Shaw like, just throwing his hands at it.
Yep, that's all that's needed, isn't it? That's all you need to do. Get in line, hit it hard, find the gap, and you have your valuable 4 runs. Haider under a bit of pressure, a little frustrated, but he needs to get this out of his head and bowl a good ball.
Yes, he's more than capable of coming back and bowling that good comeback delivery. He's done that on occasions in this Premier League. Pulls out the run up on that occasion. But yeah, I mean, Bilal Qazi getting his first boundary for the night as well. So these two gradually trying to build a partnership out there.
Definitely. We'll have to reload that one, I feel. Yep,
Yes,
it is a
going down
wide.
leg on that occasion. Haider Farooq needs to be talked to by a senior partner.
Yep. I think that Haris at the back did really well to not let go for 4 runs, 4 wides actually. So Heather needs to stick to a more simpler plan, I feel, of bowling in the wickets, not trying anything fancy.
Haider Farooq runs in once again. This time another full delivery played towards the covers once again.
Will be happy to get done with his over, I feel, Heather. We've seen how a simple plan works for some players, and we've seen that from the prime example was today from Osama Amjad. Stuck to his line and line, tried nothing fancy, and went through a wonderful spell. Last ball coming in from Heather. Had field adjustments taking place.
Umar, what do you think? One over too many for Haider here, or should have just jumped straight away to the main bowlers?
That's another wide, and they're appealing, but yep, given wides. Are they going to review
Haris
this
Habib
because they were
looks
explaining?
Very confident. Haris Habib certainly thinks that it touched something on the way, but he's given away 3 runs, 3 needless runs there.
Absolutely. Hamza, I don't think that it was a bad call to give Heather another over, given that he bowled a very good one, a good first over. So it is unfair not to give it as well, I feel. Unfortunately, not working out for the Avengers, and happily working for the Vikings, who've driven themselves to 25 in the first 3 overs. A much more confident start with the bat for the Vikings already, who seem to be getting comfortable with every passing ball, and now pressure on AJ to get a wicket for his team and bring the Avengers back. Otherwise, this match will get over sooner than expected.
Yes, I personally feel that AJ will need to keep it very tight from here on, and also the fact that if he gets a wicket, then obviously he gets to bowl to Afar Raza. So I think a lot of the focus will be on that. But while working to get themselves to that point, I think they shouldn't look to concede too many to these two. These two have been playing really well so far. Haven't really given away anything in terms of looking streaky, or they've played on merit, just as you saw.
Yep.
This time a bit of a slip by Haider. He gives away an extra run.
Yep. Not something that you want when you are defending such a low total.
Yes, for sure. Usman Ali will certainly want all of his fielders on their toes for tonight. They need to realize that they are 15-20 runs short, and good shot this time. Straight to the fielder, Asad Bukhari, the fielder there.
Just 1 run. So cruising along well are the Vikings. Ali Rahil has quickly knocked himself to 20 runs off 12 balls. That's a good ball, and Bilal didn't have much of a clue on what to do with that one. He'd be happy to not give his wicket.
Yeah, I still feel if AJ can somehow produce a delivery here where a stride is required in order to reach the pitch, I think he'll get.
Yes, definitely.
He'll ask a lot more questions of Bilal Qazi.
Definitely, you have to get Bilal out before he tries to, or probably starts using his foot. He's just standing and hitting the ball hard as he can for now, and it's working for him so far, and for the Vikings as well.
Pretty much poking it around for ones and twos, but obviously it's the ideal situation for someone like Ali Rahil, because Ali Rahil is a lot more proper, and he will hit you for boundaries if you stray around his areas of strength.
Definitely, and Bilal, that's all Bilal needs to do, because Ali Rahil is at 20 runs of 12 balls, so they're not on par. They're playing at 7.5 and over, but not losing wickets as well. So still think that Vikings are pretty much in control of the game so far, and the captain has decided to come in early than he usually does.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was getting at, and I think it's a gutsy move, bringing himself into the attack. He is known to be a partnership breaker, so let's see if he can trouble any one of these here.
Absolutely, that has been belted, but straight to the fielder, and will get just 1 run of it. Usman is much more difficult to play than it seems, because he varies his pace a lot and can be quite deceiving and difficult to hit, and he usually creates chances because of his strategy of those two pace deliveries.
Yes, Rao Haris is playing with an injury tonight, which obviously goes on to show how important this game is. Once again, Haris Habib with a loud appeal, and he feels that there was a bit of bat on that. We will have to see if that gets referred. The umpire was very quick to give it as a wide, but the bowler feels that there was something on it.
Yep. They're appealing on two cases. First,
Once again, Osman Ali is
he's
being erratic in this over with his line and lengths. Usually you don't expect that from someone like Osman Ali.
It's not a wide though, Hamza. So Bilal Qazi got bat on it. Seemed like wide, but it isn't.
Yeah, but the line isn't right still, I feel.
Yep, that's the line that he should be bowling. They're running the first one hard. Will settle for 1. So 7 runs conceded in his first over.
Yeah, not the sort of first over that you see from Osman Ali.
Yes, and AJ given his third over to try and get a wicket for his team. They need to get a breakthrough as fast as they can, and then try to get Afir out as well as soon as possible.
Yes, he is keeping his left armers for Offer. Offer, remember, does not like facing left arm orthodox bowlers that much.
Yep, but you got to get your wicket first before you, if you are to bring in Afar. Obviously, that's a square. That's a good square cut. It will get him one.
Was played towards deep point, and Bilal Qazi is doing a more than decent job here for his team. Both these two, they're just quietly going about business and adding those runs, valuable runs for their team right now.
Definitely. Avengers not conceding boundaries since a few overs now, which is something that is that little area of hope for the Avengers, I feel.
It's a good
Oh,
delivery
that's a
and
good
that-
delivery. Yup, nothing happening. So well kept by Haris as well.
Bilal getting a few instructions from the dugout as well.
Absolutely, you can't waste that many balls, and will just be a single again. So slowly coming back in the game. The run rate has since the start of the match. It has been over 7 after the first 2 overs, and it has climbed down under 7. So
Yeah, I think it's ideal that Bilal Qazi looks to rotate strike every time and lets Ali Rahil take care of proceedings, because Ali Rahil is definitely more than capable of handling any sort of line and length.
absolutely. So 41 runs at the end of 6 overs. Definitely, if you compare, they're in a better position when it comes to batting compared to the Avengers. But then again, the Avengers played their last 10 overs really, really well. So you cannot expect. You can expect, actually, given the Vikings side that is available and the hitters that they have, but you shouldn't be relying on that, and you should try to chase this down as soon as possible, or narrow it down to as less of a required run rate as you can before the likes of Afir and Harfa come in.
Yes, I mean, I feel if Avengers can, keep working hard, and despite the fact that they don't get a lot of wickets here, but if they can keep the scoring rate down and leave something around 100 or 111 runs, 110 runs, beg your pardon, in the last 10 overs or so, then, the Vikings will definitely start to feel just a little bit nervy, I feel.
Yep.
I personally think.
Yeah, but even if you're playing at run a ball, you'll still get to 62 runs. So a couple of dot deliveries would help the Avengers, and definitely, irrespective of Afar and Arfa available later on, when the run rate, as we've seen in LMS throughout, when the required run rate climbs over 10 runs and over, it does get tricky for the batsman.
Yeah, and mind you, there's Safwan as well. So Safwan used to be a big finisher back in the day. This time, will there be a mix-up?
Well bowled by Usman so far. Smart cricketer Usman is. He realizes and knows that Bilal is not using his foot much, so he's keeping it simple in the wickets, into the body, not letting him drive, not giving him any width, and a tidy over so far.
Yes, he was quick to latch on to that and field it off his own bowling. This time it's been played towards the deep point fielder Haris Rauf with one hand strapped, and obviously he had a split wedding. Did I just say wedding?
Yeah,
Well, I
split
wanted to say
finger.
webbing, but yeah, he's been married for a few years now.
Yep, and we do hope that Bhabi at home would not be listening to what you're saying, Hamza,
Yeah.
because it will be more than a finger for Haris when he gets back home.
He's your good friend as well, so you know him. This is a good delivery from Usman Ali, and he's keeping things very tight in this over.
Absolutely brilliant over so far. the ball going to Haris more than it should be. He's trying to, and definitely Haris is a very good fielder, but with his injury, it becomes very difficult. But still backing his team, coming in for the ball, not caring
Yeah.
about his injury.
As much as he's trying to shield that injury, the ball just keeps following him. But yeah.
Yep. And a very, very clean over by Usman. Just 4 runs conceded. Avengers will be very happy with this over. The captain leading from the front.
I think obviously Afar Raza is seemingly getting very restless to go out there and play a few shots. Obviously these two will keep playing with this rate, and we haven't really seen them go after the bowling as yet, and I think it'll be very difficult with someone like AJ as well, who's getting his 4th over now.
Yep.
So Usman Ali choosing to bowl him out.
Very quiet so far. Just 14 conceded of the first 3 overs. Not getting a wicket. That would definitely reflect on the kind of spell he's bowled.
This time Bilal Qazi wanted to be cute, he wanted to use the pace, ramp it over the keeper, but does not get the connection there. AJ noticed it and fired that in. So Bilal
Well kept by
Qazi-
Haris as well. Difficult for a keeper when the ball is rising.
This time, has he found the connection? Yes, he does find the gap there.
Much needed boundary coming off the bat of Bilal.
It's definitely much needed boundary. They hadn't hit a boundary in probably the previous 3 or 4 overs.
Absolutely.
They desperately needed a boundary there, and
It shows from their strike rates as well, at least from Bilal's, who after hitting the boundary is at 20 of 20 balls.
AJ balls in once again. Flighted delivery. Has that been played in another gap? So 4 runs once again. Bilal Qazi is getting the length that he's been looking for some time now.
Yep, planting his foot and hitting it as hard as he can towards the leg side and getting 2 boundaries of the first 3 balls. So Vikings will be very happy with the first 3 balls so far.
This time adjusting the line and length there. AJ should have probably stuck to this line from the ball 1, but probably touched too full on the previous 2 deliveries.
We try to understand, we kind of understand the idea, at least I do, what AJ was trying to do, given that Bilal wasn't moving his feet, but he did move his feet on those 2. He planted them well.
Well, obviously he didn't have to. It was that full. He didn't have to move his feet. A good delivery.
So 9 runs conceded in that last over of AJ, but nonetheless a very good spell. Just 23 conceded in his 4 overs.
Well, yes, the good thing about it is the Vikings haven't lost a wicket. I think primarily the job of these 2 was to stay out there and rotate, and obviously Ali Rahil hitting the odd boundary, but then obviously in the previous over we've seen Bilal Qazi hitting 2 boundaries as well in the last over from AJ. So I think it'll be very crucial from here onwards. I think Usman Ali is desperately trying to push this towards the 10th or the 11th over somehow, so that he brings in his main bowlers from there onwards.
Yes, 54 after 8 overs. The Vikings definitely do want both of them to keep rotating and getting the odd boundary, but then again you don't want that strike rate, that required rate climbing up as well.
Well, they are sticking to that 6 runs and over for now,
Yep.
and
Required
we are
rate.
into the 9th, 8th, 10th over. We
Yeah.
are into the 10th over.
Yep. Avengers picking those little pieces whenever they can. The required rate has crossed over 9 runs and over now.
Well, they still shouldn't be too bothered about it. They've got the likes of Noman Bilal and Arfa bin Saqib, Afar Raza, and then
Safwan.
Safwan. So They have a big batting lineup.
Yes, but you want these bats. It's not very easy to come and hit from the first ball. So you ideally want your these batsmen to come in and knock a couple here and there before they start hitting.
Usman Ali runs in once again. Full toss this time. Bilal Qazi does not find the gap.
And
Could have
Rao does
actually
well
come back
again.
for two. Will there be overthrows?
Rao did really well to get behind that one, but the throw was fired in super hard, and a wayward throw, difficult for Haris to collect, resulting in a couple for Bilal again.
Yes, needless overthrow there. And Umar, would you be happy with 60-65 after 10 overs and without having lost a wicket if you were Vikings captain?
I'd say mixed emotions, but definitely a little to the happier side knowing the players that I have waiting. That has been hit for. There was a low full toss, and I feel Bilal could have done better on this, but thankfully for Usman and the Avengers, it's just one run conceded, goes straight to Bukhari.
It was a full toss, and not being able to put away by Bilal Qazi, Arfa is clearly not happy about it. It went straight to the fielder, Asad Bukhari there.
Yep, tense.
Could have played it anywhere. I mean, a meter left or right of Asad Bukhari maybe.
Yep, that's a good ball, and they're appealing, but nothing from the umpire. The Vikings dugout isn't very happy as far as we can see from here.
So 9 overs and 54 without loss is the Vikings team, and exactly at a run rate of 6 runs and over.
Definitely.
Ahmed Mela has been brought to bowl earlier than most would expect.
Yep, still saving the lefties for offer, I feel.
Yes, and that's not a bad ploy to be honest, because he has Asad Bukhari in today. He's got Imad already, bowling quite nicely, and he'll obviously keep bowling those flighted, deliveries that go straight with the arm as well. Ahmed Mela runs in. Good first delivery by Ahmed Mela, and
Bilal in a bit of a strangle now. He's just eyeing the leg side and just planting his foot and hitting it as fast and as hard as he can.
well, if you personally ask me if these two, this time, has he found the gap?
Nope, it's just one run straight in the hands of the
If you
fielder.
personally ask me if these two play for another 2 or 3 overs, I think it might just get really difficult for the Vikings.
Absolutely, and the Vikings are not happy as far as we can see. The only player who's having a bit of a laugh is the one who's not playing. So Bilal and Musamir, both of their silver category players, and you expect Bilal to perform after his performance.
This time, Ali Rahil gets the inside edge, beautifully fielded by Rao Haris with that injured hand.
And he's
He's
firing the
throwing
throws.
himself round,
He's firing the throws at
and
Haris.
still the Vikings aren't able to switch gears here.
Rao Haris is definitely pumped. He's throwing the ball without straight into the hands of Haris and even going over Haris at times.
Ahmed Mela runs in once again. This time Bilal Qazi gets the connection, but it'll only be a single.
Yep.
So third single in the over so far, and the
Not
Vikings
timed
bench
at
looking
all.
very nervy now.
Not timed at all by Bilal Qazi. After that innings in the last match, this one not happening in favor of Bilal and the Vikings so far. And now Ali is throwing his bat at the ball as well, running the first one hard, but the fielder Imad runs in quickly to restrict that to one, and that's a very clean over again by Mela, just conceding 4 of that over. And things getting tricky over here for the Vikings. Hamza, 100 required of the last 10 overs.
Exactly 100 runs required, and Arfa is running in with the bottle, obviously, and a message inside it. So they will have to mug it all up.
Absolutely.
Whatever is there in the bottle.
Absolutely. I think that the message over here would be very clear. Hit it or give your wicket away. I feel you can't build more pressure and you're making it more difficult for the likes of Afar, Arfa,
Right.
Safwan.
He's more like hit the ball or hit the road.
Yeah, absolutely. So pressure on both Ali Rahil and Bilal.
Umar, I want to ask you something. I mean, if you have someone like Afar Raza in the team and you keep him waiting outside for too long, does that affect his plans for the night in any way?
It can, but Afar is a very solid lad mentally, and he doesn't fancy not adapting to the conditions. So I think that he will still back himself, but obviously you can't frustrate him to the extent that it makes him livid and he's thinking about it.
But we also need to realize the fact that the wicket is getting slower with every passing over. We thought that it's going to get.
Yep, and that's
It's going to be. Are they going for the double there? And Bilal Qazi has sacrificed his wicket, so Afar Raza can come in. So a bit of a tactical ploy there.
Yep. Is Mela happy about that wicket or not? Seems like he wanted Bilal to be there for longer, but I think that it was the right thing to do to get him out, because he had faced a lot of deliveries and it doesn't take a lot for a set batsman to start hitting. And Afar walks in with more responsibility on his shoulders than he wanted at the start of the innings. Would have wanted Vikings to be ideally around 80 runs at this point in time in 10 overs, but more than capable, and Avengers fully aware that this is the wicket that they want, and they're pretty much fully back in the game. I feel not pretty much, but quite a lot.
I think the wicket is getting slower, and obviously if Usman Ali's captaincy has been really good so far, if he can actually manage to
Slow wicket and then Usman Ali bowling it even slower is so difficult for the batsman, isn't it, Hamza?
Yes, for sure. I think he's run in, and Ali Rahil plays it back. It'll just be a single. He hasn't been able to find his timing in the past three or four overs.
Yes.
And I think Afar Raza coming in straight away, he'll have to impose some sort of authority here, in terms of changing the momentum of the match.
Definitely, and that's what's expected of him. The Avengers are fully aware of his capability, and he can easily turn the match in a couple of balls. So you want him out from the center as soon as you can for the Avengers.
Yeah, I think the idea is to not give him a lot of pace and make him generate all of the pace by himself. He's certainly someone who likes to use the pace being offered, and that's how he gets himself going as far as his innings is concerned. And then obviously he gets in the big hitting mode switched on as well towards the middle part of the inning. But we will have to see how he plays against very slow bowling. Obviously Usman will certainly would want Imad coming in after this, and he's already run out of AJ's overs, so he'll have to be very careful with how he bowls his bowlers here.
Absolutely. Definitely a big task coming up. We'll have to reload that one, Usman.
That was very close to that guideline, but the line obviously belongs to the umpire, as we all know.
Yep. So given that he still has Bukhari as well, so don't think Usman is going to trust Haider with another over now in this innings.
Not is a good delivery. It's been squirted through the deep point fielder, but he will have no chance there.
Yep.
So boundary for Ali Rahil.
Much needed here for the Vikings as well. And Usman is not happy, and nor are the Avengers. They feel that Heather could have done better on this one.
Yes, the score moves on to 71 for the loss of 1 wicket. We are into the 11th over.
Yes.
So, two or three more tight overs, but obviously with Afar Raza you can't really expect to bowl 2 or 3 tight overs. They will have to get him out if they want to win this match. You can't keep him quiet for long.
Definitely. And I think Ali is going to put his foot on the gas as well as right now. That's been hit hard and for 4. So 2 boundaries on the last 2 balls for Ali. He's had enough looking at the ball as well, and quickly goes to 43 of 29 balls. So rushing it and giving Afar the time and the space he needs to settle in. And in comes Imad. A bit of a contest coming up now.
Yes, definitely Ali Rahil is unleashing his boundary hitting ability now, and ideally that is what the Vikings would want from here onwards. They've got Afar Raza, they've already have Numan Bilal ready to walk in, so I think it's no point nudging it around. I think he should probably go for his shots and put pressure on the Avengers here. He's already switching to Imad. He probably ultimately has become one of the main bowlers for Avengers tonight since Zubi is missing now.
Definitely. A lot depending on Imad's spell over here in terms of the outcome of the game. Probably the ideal contender to keep Afar quiet, if not get his wicket.
So Imad bowls the first delivery, stays a touch low, and Afar Raza smashes it through the covers. The field not set right on that occasion.
Yep.
He needs to have that fielder carefully placed, very square of the wicket.
You ideally want to toss it up if you are to hit this length, so that he has to generate all the power when it's hit hard.
This time.
Oh, is that a
shot.
chance? No, it isn't. That's been cleared.
That clears the boundary. So the boundary through the covers, and he follows it up with a huge hit over a deep mid wicket, or deep mid on rather.
10 conceded of the first 2 balls by Imad. After taking this contest on,
Imad runs in once again. Another lofted, flighted delivery rather, and wanted to loft that over covers on that occasion.
yep, the Avengers feel that it missed the outside edge by very little.
Yeah, that is the area and the length to be bowling to Afar Raza, this time through the covers
Straight
towards
at
the
Rao
point
Haris.
fielder.
There's probably a magnet in Rao Haris' hands as of now, probably the leather case. Maybe it's it's something with the
Maybe it's
stitch,
the strapping.
or the strapping, or the stitch. Wherever he's going, he's fielded around 50 or 60% of the balls have gone to him in this match so far.
Yeah, he certainly is someone who can leave you in stitches, Rao Haris.
Yep. And another single, and sensible from Ali. Since 2 boundaries have already been hit in the over, he doesn't need to over try and hit another boundary and give his wicket away. He's at 44 of 30 balls, and given the number of balls that he's faced, as Vikings, you want him to get to his 50, so that they have the license that they need. It's 87 for 1.
Yes, and quickly moving on to his next left arm orthodox bowler, who is Asad Bukhari, who's come in into the place of Zubi, who will not be available for the rest of the tournament if the Avengers were to make it to the semi-final tonight. So Asad Bukhari has big shoes to fill, and he comes into ball to Ali Rahil. There's a quicker delivery towards his pads. Rao Haris sprinting to it.
Oh,
And
that's
what a
fired.
return.
He's firing them in.
Certainly needs to be told
Yep,
that there are a thing called overthrows in
absolutely.
this game that is still applicable
And you're
used these days.
absolutely, and you need to take care of your keeper as well and make sure that he doesn't have an injury when he's
And
collecting
he's
your ball
already
as well.
nursing an injury himself, Haris Habib.
Absolutely. Shows that he's very pumped though.
Asad Bukhari coming from around the wicket to Afar Raza. And once again, well fielded by Rao Haris. Beautiful return as well. Rao Haris is definitely up for the moment tonight.
Yep. Not making you feel like he's carrying an injury easy.
This time a quicker delivery into the wicket by Asad Bukhari. He will mix his deliveries up, the slower one, the flighted ones, and the quicker ones as well, who he bowls with the arm.
Yep, firing the shorter ones in. Taking his time on the next one.
This time, is there a faint edge? He wanted to use the pace there after Raza.
Haris does well to collect this one. It was tad
Haris.
bit quicker and very close to the bat.
Yes, Haris Habib was nicely behind it. This
Is
time
that a chance?
lofted shot. Will that be taken?
Oh, it's been kept in though. So brilliant
Was that a good
effort.
effort by AJ, or was that a chance?
I think he did really well
I think
keeping
it
it
will be
in.
referred to the third umpire, and so brilliant effort by AJ. Could have almost caught a blinder there with his one hand, but manages to keep that in and saves 5 runs for his team, or was it 6 runs for his team?
5 runs. I think they ran one as far as I...
Yes, there was a single, so Afar will be facing Imad now. It
What
will
a
be
catch that would have been though, Hamza. Would have turned the match, wouldn't have.
probably the catch of the Premier League, I feel, and most crucial as well at this stage,
Making sure that comes back in. They've taken the surge for this over. So first it was Imad coming in, but now Ahmed Mela has been given the ball to take care of this surge.
Yeah, this is a very timely surge and a good decision, because Afar Raza out there, and obviously anything, around 15-20 runs can definitely change this game big time from around here.
Absolutely. And will it be revenge from Afar, given that he did go for a bit of beating from Ahmed Mela in his power surge? So will it be redemption from Afar, or will Ahmed Mela try and win the battle with the ball as well over here?
Well, they still have a required run rate of around 10 runs and over, something a little bit more than 10, I think.
Yep, 10.29 to be exact.
And Mela will have to bowl in a very tight over here if he can actually keep it down. I mean, keep it to 10 probably, 10-9 or 10 runs and over. It
Yep.
will be a very good over.
Oh, that's a chance. That's a big chance. Oh, was twisting and turning Imad. Could he have done better?
I think he shouldn't have tried to turn back. I think he probably should have taken it while running towards the boundary with his face up and its hand sticking out. I think that probably would have been the only way that he could have held on to it somehow.
Yep.
But I think he was trying to get under it, trying to twist and turn, and I think that's probably where he lost the ball. But nevertheless, I think Imad probably was the only fielder on the field right now who could have taken that.
Absolutely. 4 on the first ball. That is not going to be caught in any kind of a ground, irrespective of the surge. Pelted for 6.
Well, it could be. I mean, in the third tier or second tier, probably.
Yeah, definitely. But not by anyone in the playing 11 or 8, for sure.
Yeah, probably. I think somebody on the main road, waiting
Yeah.
for the bus.
Maybe. Or a broken window.
This time he walks out, and Ahmed Mela bowls a full toss, which has been smashed out of the park once again. Afar Raza is grabbing this game by the scruff of the neck, if that is the right term to be using right now, Umar.
Absolutely, and there is will be a possible check for no ball of height as well. He did walk down a lot, so that might save it. But let's see what the third umpire has to
very
say.
close, I feel, and can go either way. So it is not a no ball, and the third umpire has certainly helped the on-field umpire there, and but still, nevertheless, a huge hit for 6.
Absolutely, 16 of the first 3 already. Pressure, and redemption from Afar. He did go for a beating as well on his first 3 balls from Mela.
2 half chances for Afar, you feel?
Absolutely, and that's not a half chance as well. That's another 6. Wow, that is some hitting from Afar.
Not
Mela-
the right length to be bowling to Afar Raza at this. In a power surge especially, should look to bowl it into the wicket, and he will definitely get assistance, but he's bowling it very full.
Definitely, and that's another huge shot, another 6. 4 6s and a 4, so 30 coming off that over of Mela, and 28, yes, sorry, bad maths over here.
28 runs come off that Ahmed Mela over, and curtains for Avengers, you feel?
Yep, seems so. The required rate has come down from 10 and over, 10.29, as I mentioned earlier before this over, to 7.33, and for the first time in the match, Vikings are over the required run rate of cruising at 8.5 and over, and you can see from the body language of the Avengers that they seem to see that it's game over, I guess.
Well, I still feel a wicket off Afar here can change the momentum to quite an extent, because there is only one Afar Raza after all.
Absolutely, and he's at 42 of 13 balls, Hamza. And insult to injury being added by Ali Rahil, who belts this one for 6 and goes to his 50 as well of 34 balls. So
Yes, it was bowled into the wicket, but too much pace behind it, and Ali Rahil just literally helps it on its way, and he's now helping himself off the wicket as well after having reached his half century.
Yep, sensible knock by Ali, staying in after taking most of his load and taking them exactly where they should be, and clearly the Vikings camp is very, very happy right now.
Yes, I personally feel that there is a lot of strength to this Vikings team, a lot of depth, with Afar Raza, Safwan Ahmed, Arfa, Bin Saqib, Ali Rahil, Numan, Bilal. I think it's a massive side in my opinion, and obviously the way they've played, pretty deserving of playing the semi-finals tomorrow.
Definitely a good contest coming up. Safwan comes in to face his first ball.
That's
Quietly nudged for one.
Yeah, and I feel that Asad Bukhari will have to change his line and length. Obviously, he needs to vary the pace as well. Arfa has been in dismissive mood. Big hit once again, but just bounces in front of the fielder.
Definitely, Avengers will definitely be thinking about that half chance that went into Imad's way on the first ball of the surge. Well bowled again, just a single, and clearly the Vikings would not mind that.
Yes, Imad certainly needs to do something here for the Avengers in order to bring them back into the match in any possible way, because at the moment it is all Afar Raza out there who does not want to go out early in the tournament.
Definitely, you want a Malinga style spell over here from Imad, something extraordinary for the Avengers. Very comfortable in between the Vikings right now.
In the meanwhile, a great game coming up here as well. Another very important match, and this time a big hit from Safwan, but Ahmed Mela drops it. And is that the match as well with it? Could that have opened one end, Umar?
Definitely would have, given that it's a lot of psychological pressure as well. Well bowled again by Imad. You expect Mela to take these big hands, getting in line of the ball, regulation catch.
Day in, day out.
Yep. Or catch in, catch out, and that's been nudged beautifully for 4. Insult to injury, I feel.
Yes, I mean that should have been caught by Ahmed Mela if there was to be any sort of chance for the Avengers to come back into this match, but looking pretty straightforward from here. And as far as the next match is concerned, the Invincibles need a bonus point, and if they can get it tonight, they might just be playing the semi-finals tomorrow.
Definitely. Oh, that is a solid shot. So catch dropped, 2 boundaries conceded. The Avengers very quiet. Seem to have mentally lost this one as well. They're throwing in the towel sooner than expected, I feel.
Yes, I think that drop catch from Ahmed Mela, I think it's taken away any bit of the chance that there was in order for the Avengers to make some sort of a comeback in this match. I think it's just dropped with it.
Yep.
In the meanwhile, these two are now very open out there regarding their intentions.
Absolutely. Required rate dropping to 6.43 now. And you have 6 wickets in hand, actually. Just 1 wicket of Bilal Qazi conceded by the Vikings. Nudged again for the second time by Safwan, who's very comfortable now, playing at 12 runs of 7 balls.
Isn't that how a person should be in life as well, Umar? Be very open regarding your intentions.
Depends on the scenario, Hamza. This is a very open question to be answering, given that anyone could be listening to this, I will keep not give an answer to this. And it's good that you don't give an answer to this as well, I feel.
Yeah, but I think what I was trying to get at was the fact that you should be open about, you know, your intentions in life, and obviously you can only be open about them if they're good.
Yes, good intention should be much more open and much more visible.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, so all of the hits that Afar Raza has been making out there have been pretty visible in these bright lights.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to see him hitting one out the park, which is out of our visibility.
Absolutely. And I am also very happy that we're sitting here comfortably behind, protected well from that hit, those hits coming in at us as well, because he doesn't seem to be in a mood of keeping them low or close to the boundary, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time for here onwards. That drop was probably one of the only rare opportunities. AJ could have had a brilliant one-handed catch, and this time Safwan uses the pace of Asad Bukhari once again, and he's been peppering that boundary for the past 4 or 5 deliveries now, and probably one of his areas that he favors playing the ball to.
Yep, even the energetic Rao Haris couldn't get to that one. So you can see that it was played really, really fine and really, really well.
Yeah, I still feel that Usman Ali missed a point or two, you know, when he had lost AJ early in the game. I personally feel that he might have just sent Mela in early, but okay, well, we can't go back to that now. But,
Yep.
Obviously, there have been a few half chances out there in the field while Avengers bowling, so
Yep, things not working well for the Avengers, but that's what Premier League is all about. One team is to win and one is to lose in any match whatsoever. So darted in a rare dot ball coming from the bat of Afar, who clearly feels that he could have done so much better with this one.
yes, I think Vikings looking very likely and very capable of being one of the only teams who might compete with a resurgent Dynamite's team at the moment, because they've won their 4th game in a row tonight, and that too with a lot of authority and what is the other big word that we could use here, Umar? Domination, probably.
They've absolutely dominated and
Dominant.
crushed the Avengers over here, I feel. Oh, that's a
Is that
direct hit.
Wicket? Will that be referred? There is a direct hit, but Afar Raza
Yep,
seems
it
to
has
be
been
confident,
referred.
and we will see you after the decision from the third umpire. So Afar Raza comfortably making his crease there, and a very easy decision for the third umpire.
Yep.
But good piece of fielding nevertheless from the
Afar
boundary.
was very confident and very sure that he had made in.
Afar Raza is a brilliant athlete as well, you know, along with him being one of the most talented cricketers playing the Premier League.
Definitely. And is that a
And
wicket?
this time
Yep, it is.
Imad has gotten rid of Safwan, so finally something to cheer for the Avengers.
Yep. Too late a wicket, you feel? the right man coming in. Alpha more than capable of clearing the boundary, but don't feel that it's needed. A couple of twos and an odd boundary will do for the Vikings.
Well, Alfred still needs 6 runs for the for his 50. So if let's suppose he can get around 8, with 2 boundaries, or maybe that's the most he can get, 8 runs from 2 fours, or maybe a 6 and he goes out. So that leaves us with 11 runs.
Yep, but the required rate is dropping.
The ideal situation would be to get Arfa out here as well.
Yes,
that is definitely bringing the Avengers back into it somehow.
Yep. So if you get Arfa and Arfa both out, and in this situation, then it's game Avengers, I feel then. So
well, that'll be a moment where Ahmad might get a call from the Pakistan team, but
definitely. I
don't
think
see
that the
that
Pakistan team has a lot of slots opened up after yesterday's inability.
I
of
think it'll have
chasing.
9 or 10 slots opened up.
Definitely.
If you personally ask me.
Definitely. Probably let the bowlers stay in and shuffle the entire batting team. But I think
let's not go there.
Let's not go there.
To
It's
the Premier
been
League, and let's not get ourselves in any sort of stress here.
Absolutely.
Because the only team looking in stress at the moment is the Avengers.
Yes, and
they've had a good tournament, but sad to see them going out like this.
Absolutely, they even if they lose, they need to walk out with their heads held high, facing all those injuries, making those shuffles. They've still fought brilliantly in every match.
And this time a big shot. Tempted. Good attempt by Ahmad. Again putting in the dive.
Wow, that was so Ahmad
Giving
it
missing
all
it,
that he could over here.
Did get his hands to it though, but couldn't hold on probably.
Yep.
But a good chance nevertheless.
You got to fight. And that's what Ahmad is doing right now.
So a big game coming up here as well. Invincibles will be taking on the Raiders, and Invincibles need a bonus point to go through, and Raiders need a simple win.
Oh, he's
this
bowled
time Ahmad goes through offer.
Ooh, exactly.
Is that a big wicket in the context of the game?
That is huge, I feel. It's not just a big wicket. I think it's the wicket that they wanted, and if they can get Arfa out as well, it will be super exciting. So the contest that we were talking about, Arfa struggling against the left armers, has paid dividends for the Avengers, but a little too late, you feel?
Yeah, I think they still have Ali Raheel waiting in the dugout after having made his half century, but I personally feel Usman Ali should have bowled Ahmad a bit earlier too after Raza.
Yep.
Probably held him back a bit too much, but
that surge doing a lot of damage to the Avengers. If that surge had gone for 18 runs rather than 28, it was match on. I feel.
I think he probably could have bowled the surge with Ahmad as well.
He could have because
there would have been a chance of taking Arfa's wicket. I mean, obviously he would have gone for runs. But
absolutely. That's in hit. Is that a 6 though? That is a huge hit. That is a huge hit by Arfa. Cleaned his leg and threw his bat at it.
I think that was not the length to be bowling at this wicket. He should probably pull the length back. Asad Bukhari is trying to fire them in, not the wicket to be doing that.
That one boundary has pretty much done it for the Vikings, I feel. The required rate now lesser than run a ball, 4.38 required. 7 needed of 8 balls.
So ultimately those 15 to 20 runs that Avengers were short of have come back to haunt them here.
Definitely. A couple of half chances missed as well.
I still feel that it is the par score tonight is 170, 175. But
Yes,
the
and
Avengers couldn't get there, unfortunately, and now the Vikings are looking in a better position to be playing the semi-final tomorrow, and let's see who their opponent is tomorrow.
oh,
This time,
is that a chance? No, it's
will that be
mislead.
reviewed?
No,
Might just be
appeal,
reviewed.
no appeal coming in. So Bukhari clearly knows that it was missing leg.
Yeah, he is firing them in. He's not giving them any air or any chance to turn. He should have looked to do that on this wicket. But obviously playing his first game here. Another one fired in, and will there be a run out? There was no one backing up. Usman Ali wasn't backing up.
Osman Ali was backing up. In fact, Hamza, he was right there. So he should have fired it and tried to stop that extra run as well, apart from getting the wicket.
5 required of the last over. Was it 5?
4 required of the last 5 balls. Will Imad do it for them? Seems like Imad will be bowling the last over.
I think you should probably get the deep square leg fielder in, so that anything that comes off the pad can be stopped. You could probably try bringing Rao Haris in as well.
Yeah.
You know, so that anything which is cut through point can be stopped as well. But he's not opting to do that.
Definitely. Oh, that's a good dot ball. And 4 of 4 required now.
Good first delivery from Imad. It was coming in with the angle. I'm sure Rahman Binal will go for the big hit here. So
Should
the
he though?
fielders
I feel
will
that he
have to be
shouldn't.
on their toes.
I feel that he shouldn't. He just needs to take a single and give it to Arfa, who's
Another
more
dot here
experienced.
will definitely make things tense.
That's
Big hit from Naman,
For
and
6.
he's finished it off with a
big
6.
shot.
So the Vikings go marching into the semi-finals,
What a
and the
shot.
Avengers campaign has come to an abrupt end here. They had been facing a lot of difficulties with the injuries and a lot of changes in the side, but ultimately the Vikings coming here on top tonight. They will be playing tomorrow, and in the meanwhile we will be seeing you in the next game, which is the Invincibles versus the Raiders.
Big match
So we'll see
coming
you
in.
after this break.